I will say this, Carrie is just out of the hospital, and so she's going to be by voice only.
For over 30 years, Dennis Rader lived a shocking double life, a quiet family man by day, and the terrifying BTK killer by night. How did he hide in plain sight while leaving a trail of horror behind? What mistakes finally led to his capture? This chilling story reveals secrets the police uncovered and the dark truth about one of America's most infamous serial killers. Don't miss the full story that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Early life. Dennis Rader was born in 1945 in Kansas, USA. He grew up in a normal family with his parents and siblings. From a young age, Dennis seemed quiet and shy. He was a good student, but did not have many friends. People who knew him said he was polite, but often kept to himself. Dennis got married and had 2 children. He worked different jobs, including being a compliance officer at a local church. Many around him thought he was a kind and responsible man. No one suspected that behind this normal life, Dennis had a dark side. His interest in control and power began early, which later showed in his crimes. He carefully hid his violent urges for years, living a double life. This secret side would shock everyone when it finally came out. This early part of Dennis Rader's life shows how someone who looks ordinary can hide dangerous secrets. It reminds us that appearances can be deceiving. The quiet man from Kansas would become one of America's most notorious killers, known as the BTK killer. Crimes. Dennis Rader, known as the BTK killer, committed a series of brutal murders between 1974 and 1991. He killed 10 people in total, mostly in Wichita, Kansas. His name, BTK, stands for bind, torture, kill, which describes how he carried out his attacks. Rader carefully planned each crime. He would sneak into his victims' homes at night, tie them up, and then torture and kill them. His attacks shocked the community because they were violent and cruel, and the killer left few clues behind. For years, no one knew who was behind these horrific crimes. The police were confused, and the public was terrified. Rader enjoyed taunting the police by sending letters describing his murders, which made the case even more mysterious. His crimes showed a mix of careful planning and extreme cruelty. Despite being so dangerous, Dennis Rader managed to hide in plain sight, living a normal life while committing these terrible acts. Modus operandi. Dennis Rader, known as the BTK killer, had a very chilling and methodical way of committing his crimes. His modus operandi, or method of operation, was both terrifying and calculated. He targeted families, often breaking into their homes at night when they were most vulnerable. Rader carefully planned each attack, making sure to avoid being caught. He used binding, torture, and killing, which is why he got the name BTK, meaning bind, torture, kill. His victims were usually tied up to prevent escape or resistance. Rader enjoyed the control and fear he caused, taking time to terrorize his victims before killing them. He often stalked his victims before attacking, learning their routines and weaknesses. This made it very hard for police to predict or stop him. Rader was careful not to leave fingerprints or other obvious evidence, which helped him stay free for over 30 years. Rader also sent letters and messages to the police and newspapers, bragging about his crimes and taunting authorities. This was part of his twisted desire for attention and control. These messages included clues and threats, but he always remained one step ahead. His careful planning and chilling behavior made him one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. Despite his brutal crimes, Dennis Rader managed to live a normal life for many years, hiding his dark secret behind the mask of a family man and church leader. Double life. Dennis Rader lived a shocking double life. On the outside, he was a normal family man. He worked as a compliance officer at a local company. He was also very active in his church and community. People trusted him and thought he was a good husband and father. No one ever suspected he was hiding a dark secret. At home, Dennis acted like a loving husband to his wife, Paula, and a caring father to their 2 children. He attended church regularly and even led some activities there. His neighbors described him as polite and quiet. But behind closed doors, Dennis was the BTK killer, a cold and calculating murderer. Dennis carefully planned his crimes and kept them a secret for decades. He would stalk his victims, learn their routines, and wait for the perfect moment to attack. After killing them, he left little evidence behind. He even sent letters to the police and newspapers, taunting them and boasting about his crimes, but no one could catch him. Despite his horrific crimes, Dennis was able to maintain this double life for more than 30 years. He used his normal daily routine as a cover. He balanced work, family, and church activities while secretly being a brutal killer. His ability to live this double life shocked many when he was finally caught in 2005. It showed how some criminals can hide in plain sight. Dennis Rader's case reminds us that evil can sometimes hide behind the mask of normalcy. Captured Dennis Rader, the BTK killer, was caught after years of hiding in plain sight. For more than 30 years, he managed to live a normal life while secretly committing terrible crimes. Police struggled to find any clue that could lead to him. The breakthrough came in 2004 when Rader started sending letters to the police and newspapers again after a long silence. He was careful but made a big mistake. He sent a floppy disk to the police, thinking it could not be traced. However, forensic experts found that the disk was linked to a computer at a church where Dennis worked as a leader. This was the key evidence that helped the police track him down. After this, the police arrested Dennis Rader at his home in Wichita, Kansas. He was shocked but quickly confessed to the crimes. He admitted to killing 10 people between 1974 and 1991. The capture ended decades of fear and mystery surrounding the BTK killer. The case showed how even the smartest criminals can make mistakes. Dennis Rader's capture was the result of careful detective work and modern technology. It also showed the importance of never giving up, even when a case seems impossible to solve. His arrest brought relief to the victims' families and the community. After his capture, Dennis Rader's dark double life was fully exposed. The story of his capture remains one of the most famous in criminal history. Trial after Dennis Rader's arrest. His trial became one of the most watched in American history. The evidence against him was strong, including his own confession and detailed letters he had sent to the police over the years. During the trial, Rader showed no remorse for his crimes. The victims' families shared their pain and heartbreak, describing how his actions destroyed their lives forever. The court found Dennis Rader guilty of all charges. He was sentenced to 10 consecutive life terms in prison, without the chance of parole. The trial ended with justice for the victims and their families, but the horror of his crimes left a lasting scar on the community. Rader's trial proved that even the darkest secrets can come to light, and that justice can prevail against the most cunning criminals. Legacy: Dennis Rader's crimes left a deep impact on society and the criminal justice system. As the BTK killer, he became one of the most infamous serial killers in American history. His case showed how dangerous people can hide behind normal lives. The BTK murders changed how police handle serial killer investigations. New techniques, like using technology to track suspects, became important after Rader's capture. His story also serves as a warning about the hidden dangers in communities. People learned that evil can sometimes live next door, disguised as someone ordinary. Today, Dennis Rader remains in prison, but his legacy continues to remind us about the importance of vigilance, justice, and the lasting effects of violent crime. Thanks for watching! If you found this story gripping, hit the subscribe button so you never miss our deep dives into true crime mysteries. What do you think made Dennis Rader's double life possible for so long? Could someone so evil really live next door? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't miss our next video, the John Bennett Ramsey Casey New Theories and Evidence.